Hello, everyone. Here I am. Good thing I turn on a timer so I know when I'm messing up. I was struggling. I'm sorry. I had a fight with my sheets. Hello, Storm. How are we doing? Yes, this is true wisdom. My cats own the place. This is why I was struggling because, okay, hold on. Um, so I was fighting with my sheets because I didn't go for a walk with Winston. I should have, and now he's angry and he wouldn't let me hang up my sheets. And the reason I didn't go for a walk is because I decided to swallow the frog. If you don't know what that means, it means to do the thing that you don't want to do first thing in the day so you can just move on and do the good things. And it was kind of, it tied back into what we talked about yesterday, female uh, physical health. I forgot to close the window. Because I need to go to the doctor, and I've known this since like the beginning of December, probably the end of November. But I have CPTSD, so it's very hard for me to admit that there is something wrong with me. And last week, I was told off by someone at the store, and I was basically told that if I didn't make an appointment with the doctor, then I would be in trouble. All in good fun and with love, of course. But that was the push that I needed to call the doctor because CPTSD. I don't want to be a bother, even if I'm in pain. So I did, and I got told off by the assistant. So I had to cry for about an hour, almost an hour. I'm still not happy. I'm a bit upset, and Winston is upset. Everyone is upset. Only Toulouse is not upset because she doesn't know what's going on. So she sat here waiting for me. That was very cute. Did you see her watching me? She was watching me struggle with Winston. But yeah, here I am. I'm here. Uh, we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes. I have no clue what is on my to-do list. I think I'm gonna just organize the to-do list into not swallow the frog. I'm gonna do fun things first because I'm not happy. Aaron, please send me all the gelato flavors that you're having today because I think I'm gonna have some ice cream later today. I think I'm gonna convince myself to go get ice cream. I need it. Hi, Sancho. Thank you for the resub, Nacho. Not Noche. Oh, good, Nacho. I'm sorry. Noche. Thank you for the resub. 3 months. Yay. Welcome back. How are you doing? Erin is in Florence. I'm so jealous. I kind of wish I was there as well. Next time, can you put me in your suitcase? I promise I don't take up a lot of space. I really don't. Hi, Milk. Yes, Winnie. Winnie has appeared 14 times. I feel like it's more. I should probably. Oh, there he goes. I should probably make one for Toulouse as well, right? Because it's a lot more rare that she shows up of her own accord. Anyway, how was your morning? Good morning, Evie. Excise me? Excise me? Exercise you? Evie, are you okay? Hi, Coca. Please, Winston, I know I'm probably going to be off screen a little bit to play with Winston because he, he deserves some attention. I was crying. So, but reading someone greeting me with Oma, that makes me very happy. So thank you, Storm. Yeah, well, actually, my whole wrist hurts, and there's a story behind that. But for safety reasons, I don't want to talk about it. It's okay, I'm safe, but my whole hand hurts. But I couldn't find my wrist thingy, but also my fingers hurt. I couldn't find the other ones. I have 10 of these. They're all gone. If you could help me find them, the prophet. Wait, I think that is on my TBR, but I am very happy to move that to the. Yes, okay. I will move that to the book club submissions and a hydrate. Yes, I will probably need that as well. Good morning, Garfield. How's your morning so far? Thank you, Evie. I kind of need. I really want a hug, to be honest. So I'll probably first tire Winston out and then hug him a lot. Hi, Riku. I'm just dust on a ball of dirt. Yes, you are, and you're. We're all hurling to space, and nothing matters. So, which is a reminder for myself mostly. You've decided you're reading. Honestly, Evie, I'm thinking about that too, because I'm a little bit behind. I'm sad. Uh, yeah, no, my entire wrist. Like it comes from my wrist. So exercise. That was a funny typo. I love it. I mean, oh, Einar, you changed your name. You changed an older name, older than Dredamir. Okay, okay, okay. Is it okay? What do you want to be called? Captain, Erasmus, or Storm? I just went for Storm because that was easiest. Koka says, I want to tell us, let me tell you a story. I had some swelling in my legs, like you, a bit of seeing a doctor up until I had to go to the emergency room. Then I got admitted, got sepsis. Oh no, not sepsis! Kidney failure, pneumonia, hepatitis, blood poisoning, bleeding ulcers, and encephalopathy. I was given a 5% chance of survival until my next of kin to start shopping for caskets. Jesus, Lord, have mercy. Okay, Koka. Well, I made an appointment. I still made an appointment. All right, I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna explain why I got told off, and it makes no sense. I'm very upset about it. Oh, Weaver, are you okay? I've heard that rabies shots hurt. It's going Monday morning. It's so far going okay. It's still early and I need coffee. Yes, I have some coffee here as well. I've made more. Let's just make sure that we're okay today, all of us. All right, that's the point, I guess. I'm here for you, and you're here for me. I'm so happy to see you all. Honestly. All right, I'll explain. I have 13 minutes left before we go into a sprint because I do want to try to get some things done. I know a few things that I do need to do, so I'll do those. But maybe I'll spend the rest of the day reading like Evie because I can't. I'm so sad. I don't want to talk about the thing that I need to go to the doctor for. It's not my uterus. If it was my uterus, I would just talk about it. But it's something I'm not sure of, and I'm a little bit scared, which is why I put it off. But the thing is, and that's what I told at the store as well. That the reason I don't like going to this doctor's office is because you don't have a personal GP. You call and you just get scheduled in, and I have CPTSD, and to feel comfortable with a complaint, I need to trust my doctor. And I've had I've moved around a lot. I've had two doctors that understood this and actually listened. Over here, not so much. My first experience with them when I first moved here and I was having a complete mental breakdown, I was just, that was such a bad experience. I was basically told to calm the frick down because I was exaggerating. I was in a full-blown panic attack. So I left and I never went back for that particular complaint, which was my extreme anxiety. And today I thought, after our conversation yesterday and after the conversation at the store with someone who helps out there, I'm going to ask to have a GP that is just, that I'll call and I know who it is. So I can start building a trust, a relationship built on trust. So I'll know that they won't send me away and that they'll take me seriously, because I feel like that is important. Isn't it? Isn't it important that you have that you trust your GP? So I asked, and she was like, "No, you can give a preference, but you can't. We don't do that here. Only, we just schedule you in where there's time. But you can give a preference." And I tried to explain, but I have CPTSD, so I have waited for 4 months with a complaint because I'm scared that I'm a bother and that I'm being dramatic. And this isn't a preference. This is a medical necessity for me. And she just didn't want to listen. She didn't want to listen, and she told me then, well, then you just have to give your preference every time you call. And it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Because if you have the room for all these patients, then why can't you just assign them your doctor? And if there's an emergency, sure, then you can go to a different doctor whenever it's time. But shouldn't it be that you have a doctor that you can trust? Or is that, am I really weird for wanting that, for asking for that? It was a woman as well, Evie. She sat there and she looked at me crying and shaking, asking for psychological help. And she told me to calm down because she couldn't hear me and she wasn't going to help me if I didn't stop crying. I went home crying in a full blown panic attack, and I spent days upset about that. And now I didn't just get told off by a doctor, I got told off by the assistant. I still made the appointment. But yeah, this is why I don't like this doctor's office, and I was talking about that last weekend, and that was the reason that I didn't call in for this particular complaint, which I should have back in December already. Um, and this is why I told yesterday to scream if you're in pain, because they're not going to listen. Because it was calm. I tried to calmly explain to her I have a trauma problem. I have trouble admitting that I'm in pain. I have trouble admitting that I have a complaint. And if I don't trust my doctor to take me seriously, then I am going to wait until, like, who said that? Who was it? Quokka? Until I'm in freaking sepsis to admit that, oh, maybe I should call 911. I don't know. Papa, alsjeblieft. Ik zal straks even bellen om te zeggen wat er aan de hand is. Want het is wel een beetje spannend. Maar ik wil het er niet over hebben op stream. Ik vertel het wel als ik weet wat het is. Het kan best zijn dat het niks is, maar ja. Stomme assistenten. Hoe gaat het daar? Was het leuk op de manege? Yeah, but it was a woman, Evie. It was a female. It was a woman, and the moment I had to speak, I just broke down, and she folded her arms. Yeah, I can't listen to you if you're crying. And she wasn't a doctor. She was supposed to be the psychology person of this doctor's office. So I told her, you're not listening to me. You've crossed your arms and you're looking at me just mentally, and I'm having a panic attack. So I'm gonna go home now. I'm gonna cry there. Hell, it doesn't make sense. If you have room for everyone in your office, then you should be able to give every patient a doctor, unless there is an emergency. But apparently, it doesn't work like that. Thank you, Riku. Right? It's not weird, right? To want to have I don't know. Yeah, they have your life in their hands, and you have to trust them. I agree, but apparently it doesn't. It doesn't. I don't know. So yeah, this is why I said scream if you're in pain. Be dramatic when you're in pain, because you're gonna be sent away if you're not. And I didn't. I didn't. So tomorrow when I go in, because I have to go tomorrow, I have an appointment tomorrow. I don't know if I have to cut stream short. I'm gonna try to just make it to the end of the stream, but I'm not sure how I'll feel tomorrow about going in now. Oh no. And I have to go check it out. And I'll keep you up to date. I don't want to talk about it just yet because I don't want you to worry. It's probably nothing, but I do have to check it out. Do I listen to Chopin or Chopin? How do I pronounce this? And Audi. Yes, I love them, Weaver. I love them. I don't trust doctors whatsoever, not even the 0.01%. I have no horse in this race. And what I had a few. Well, I had two very good doctors. One of which I didn't even have to say that I was in mental agony. He just saw that I had lost a lot of weight and that I had trouble vocalizing my problems, and he told me, without how do I say? Because you're like insured here, but you still have to pay your own risk fee if you don't pay more monthly. So this doctor, this is years ago, he told me to come back for every week for like 6 months, if not longer. I don't remember how long, a long time. Every week he wanted to see me physically, and he didn't um, uh, tell the insurance company about it. He just did it in his own time. Love that guy. I hope he's doing great. But he actually cared. And I didn't even have to ask. He looked at me and he saw that I was in trouble and he wanted me to come back so he could make sure that I was still alive. These doctors over here, they don't give crap. What are you saying, Evie? Why are you being held back? I smile. What language is that? Hi, Spenzo. That was Dutch. I am Dutch. I want to be a doctor, specifically a psychiatrist. I hope I achieve my goal. I hope so too, Eva. And I hope you won't have colleagues like I have been dealing with, because I can imagine that it must be very frustrating to hear about this when you do want to care about your patients. Hi, Ruben, and oh, there's an ad thingy. And Darwin, thank you so much for the follows. Welcome. I'm sorry I'm being upset, but I am. I'm sorry. I understand where you are coming from. I just don't want to see you in a situation where things have escalated so much. I should have gone in January. Like, the fact that I waited through December is because the thing is, if you go to the doctor in the Netherlands, you're generally, unless you're screaming or bleeding out, you're being sent home with the advice to take a paracetamol and come back in 2 weeks. So yeah, but it's the end of March now, and I talked about this at the store with a, well, it's not exactly a colleague, it's more like a friend who helps out there, and he gave me a friendly kick in the ass and told me that I would be in very big trouble if I hadn't gone to the doctor this week. So I did, which is, again, it ties back into having a doctor that I can trust, because a doctor that I trust and that knows me would say the same. Call when you're in pain. Call when you have a symptom or something that you don't trust. But apparently it doesn't work like that over here. I don't like this doctor's office, but I don't think I can go to another one. I don't think we have one. This is a tiny town. I don't get it. I don't get it. How are you doing now, Goga? Did that leave any problems? Because sepsis alone is terrifying. My gosh. I'm so glad you're here today. There are a few older women who work at my surgery, or like older, strict teacher vibe. This is the worst. I feel like this was an older woman as well. I think I know which one of the assistants it was, because I think I recognized her voice, and she's always very. She just puts me down. She just puts me down every time. The younger girl that works there is usually a little bit more understanding, but I don't know what it is, man. I don't know. This is why it doesn't really matter if it's a male or a female doctor. It's just, I think it's a little bit generational. That's my only explanation, really. And chat will be with you, Spirit. Thank you, Coca. I have an appointment tomorrow after stream. Hi, Attila. How are you doing? Welcome. We're going into a sprint after my rant. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Right, Evie? I miss him so much. I think about that doctor a lot. I really hope he's doing okay. Find a shaman. If you know any recommendations, please send them my way, Spenzo. Right, Evie? I feel like it's a little bit generational, because I had this with colleagues as well. For example, when I worked at the library, the older women were just very dismissive of me, and one of them would just not even acknowledge me. She just pretended that she didn't hear me. I would always say hello, always say goodbye, always ask her how she was doing, and she would just straight up ignore me. Why? No, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna look at my to-do list. Let me know what you're up to. And again, it doesn't matter. We're just a speck of dust in a whole lot of universe, and it really doesn't matter. It doesn't mean it's not valid. But let's remember that at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. So, let's get to it. Let me know what you're reading, Evie. I'm gonna see if I can not do some horrible things. I'm gonna try to cheer myself up a little bit as well. And I'll see you in 30 minutes. Good luck. Last minute. Done. All right, we made it through the first one. You know what? That's the hardest part. Showing up and getting momentum going. I ordered something, organized some things. I wish I ordered some things. Should I order some things? Maybe a few books? It's not the best example to go emotional shopping, is it? And I'm pretty sure that if I open up the website that I use, don't, don't, don't put a glare in it. If I open up the website that I use to order most of my books, I'm pretty sure there's a few books in there already. So I'd be in trouble. Do I dare look? How'd it go? I should look up the command to clear out everyone's backlog or whatever it was, because Winnie, I know, I promised that we'll play a little bit more, but he doesn't like it when I'm not giving him full attention. I tried, but he doesn't want it. Tried to throw his tennis balls, he didn't like it. Did you see his little face? I swear, his ears are so big. I can't do that with Toulouse, the pulling his ears back, and he looks so stupid. I love it. I love it. And the thing is, it's not always because I do it. Sometimes he just comes up to me and his ears are like that. And I'm like, what are you doing? What is happening? I don't know. But honestly, it's proof. It's proof that he is not a European short hair, normal tabby or orange cat. He is not. There is some kind of breed in there hiding. And I'm afraid that it's going to come out in the next 3 years, but we'll have to wait and see. But that's not normal, is it? Have you ever seen a cat with just a normal, your average, like, mud, so to say, that can do that with their ears and have them just stay like that? I love it so much. But he does it. I don't know. I don't think he knows that. I make fun of him if I do that. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Because it makes me laugh even when I'm sad. But with Tussar ears, I could never. Her ears are tiny compared to Winston's, and he just looks like I don't know what he makes me think of, but I love it a lot. So now you've been blessed with silly Winston as well. I do that when he's annoying. When he's annoying me, I just put his ears back and then I laugh at him. Why are we sad? Because I got told off by the doctor's assistant when I tried to stand up for myself. So that was a bad idea. I should have waited until after stream to make that phone call. But I thought, swallow the frog, if you don't know what that means. Swallow the frog means that you do the thing that you're looking, that you really don't want to do, that you feel a lot of resistance to. So do that at the beginning of the day, so you can spend the rest of the day doing the things that you do want to do and that you do like doing. And you don't have that resistance anymore. But sometimes it's a bad idea. So yeah, she was very mean, Ellie. She was very mean, and I don't want to repeat it. If you want to know, you can look back the part in the beginning. I explained it a little bit, but I'm gonna cry if I explain it again. I don't want to do that. But yeah, so I updated my Notion, my calendar, the appointments that I have the rest of the week, because I do have a few more appointments after the streaming week is over. Slossifras, hi, how are you doing? Long time to see. I'm pretty sure if I swallowed a frog, I would just feel sick all day. Well, that's kind of what I'm feeling right now as well. So I think the lesson I learned today is that swallow the frog unless it involves other people. Like, if it means you have to do laundry, do the laundry because you'll feel better. But if it means you have to make a phone call that might end up with you being scolded, then maybe just do it at the end of the day so you can crawl into bed and cry. Please do it. No, don't, Ali. She's just a shrimpled up prune that needs to moisturize her skin. Probably. I don't know. I don't know what was wrong with her. Maybe she was having a bad day. But basically, I got told off, and now I'm sad. A speck of dust suspended in a sunbeam. A sun explosion. A sun beam. If only it was a beam, then we would be able to just not be in the beam. I don't like the sun. I don't know about you, but I don't like it. Basically, maybe just buy one book. Is it possible to just buy one book? I don't think I've ever just ordered one book or gone into a bookstore. I either buy nothing or several books. It's never just one book. I don't think. Okay, I'm not gonna have any comments on what Winston is doing. Sorry, I'm slurping. I would love I would like to be a cow in Switzerland to devour high quality grass. Weaver, same. I would love to live in the mountains, regardless of what kind of species I am. If I have to be a butterfly, I would love to be a butterfly in the mountains. That would be great. I basically browsed Goodreads, looked for a new desktop background, and chatted. That great, Evie. That's amazing. That sounds good. Did you find any new good books? Ah, I'm almost at the end of that. What is it? A Touch of Ruin, the book about Persephone and Hades. Ah, that ending, I don't like it. That was another mistake. So I made that phone call and I cried a bit and I thought, you know what, I'm going to listen to a book and maybe I'll feel better because then I can finish a book and I have done something good today. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna continue that series. I don't like it. It's not doing it for me. And I can't. I don't think I can say anything because I'll spoil her. Basically, something happens, and then smut, and I'm like, oh, excuse you, this is not the time. This is not the time for smut. Stop it. And it didn't happen once. No. Like 4 times in half an hour. So I'm not gonna continue that series. So I'm gonna be very happy if I'm done with that because that was too much. I can't recommend it. I'm still gonna give it 5 stars. Don't worry, because it's a personal preference. But I'll be happy if I can finish it later. I had to quit. I only had like 15 minutes left before stream, and I had 45 minutes to accomplish it. No. He added 2 books. Oh, to the book lab. Ooh. I did see the one, and I have never heard of that. Dream Count? I had a lot of bad days when I was nursing, but I never took it out on anyone else, or made anyone feel like shit. So she needs to buy some moisturizer and get her shit together. I agree, Abby. I know. I just have to make excuses for other people when they treat me like this, because otherwise I get too depressed. I get too sad if I allow myself to accept that this is just how some people are. I have to convince myself that, well, I don't know, maybe their pet died. I don't. Maybe they stubbed their toe and now they're walking around with a broken toe. I will be angry if I have broken my toe. I don't know. Because if I accept that this is just how this lady is, which I kind of know, because I'm pretty sure I know who it is, and she does this every time I call. She's always so minimizing. But yeah, I have to make excuses for people because otherwise I'll get too depressed. Wait, let me look up that book. I also didn't know that Kelly Bishop was in Dirty Dancing, which is very. Now I need to see it, kind of. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Isn't that from that movie? That doesn't go for Ox. Human consciousness is a tragic misstep in evolution. I mean, we became too self-aware. Nature created an aspect of nature separate from itself. We are creatures that should not exist by natural law. We are things that labor under the illusion of having a self, and that creation of sensory experience and feeling programmed with total assurance that we are each somebody, when in fact everybody is nobody. I don't think Winston agrees. That's a very good quote, Weaver. I'm not sure it's a misstep. I think we just kind of, we're unaware of the opportunity that this awareness gives us. Winston, can you please get off my dresses? Winnie, don't cry. Stop it. Can you, can you come here? Come here. No, here. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. You can do it. You can listen. I know you can. We've been working on these commands. Do you want me to make you look silly again? Because I will. I will give you the ear hat. And everyone will laugh at you. Not with you. I'm so sorry, but we do kind of bully you a little bit sometimes. But with love. It's time to focus. All right. I don't know what I was saying. Oh, right. I think we're just missing an opportunity. Instead of realizing like we have awareness and look at the sunset and oh my God, there's like rainbows in the dew as the sun is rising in the morning. We make money and think that money is real. But let's not get into that today because I will actually cry. Okay, another sprint. We can do this. I am going to try to convince Winston to stop climbing my clothes. And try not to buy books. I'll let you know how it goes. Keep me up to date as well. If you have any good books recommendations, let me know. Put them in the submission box for the book club, or just tell me whatever you want. It's all good. Thank you for being here, regardless of what you're doing, because it's helping me not break down today. And I hope that being here is doing something good for you as well. Good luck. I've got you, and it's all gonna be okay. I'll see you in 30. last minute. Less than a minute. I'm sorry. I was a bit late because I had to let Winston make his point. Right. We're taking a 10-minute break and then we're going to do a power hour. I will be reading a book. And in honor of Asta returning to us, I will be picking up the autobiography of ballet. Let me see. I have made it to page 185. Now, I'm so sorry, but I am not enjoying this particular read. But I have good reasons. And that is, I don't think this is an autobiography. I feel like this is an informational book about his career and not about his life. You did get a hype train. You did get a hype train. And it finished with a lot of bits. Thank you, everyone. I had to hide. I'm so sorry. Oh, and before I forget, because the bits were hiding them, you're too kind, everyone. I'm so grateful. Welcome back, Asta and Lou Johnson. Hello, welcome. Thank you for the follows. All right. Hi, Wallace. I do need to finish it, Wallace, because this is a book club book, and I am determined to finish it. But I'll explain. Listen, I used to play soccer in school, and I actually got scouted once when I was young. And I wasn't too bad at it either. I loved playing it. I enjoyed being on the field, and I especially loved being on a team that had more boys than girls, because girls were a little bit too careful when it came to playing at that age, at least. And I just loved making the boys a bit scared of me. Maybe that sounds a bit weird, but I was a kid, all right? So this isn't about his life. This is basically a play-by-play of all the games that he remembers most, which is a lot of them. It was basically one chapter of very basic things of his early childhood. And if he had extrapolated every sentence of the first chapter and made a chapter of every paragraph, I would have loved this. But instead, I am getting sentences that are talking about what happened to the minute in the games that he played. And there's, for example, was a good example. I didn't put any notes in there because I didn't want to be reminded. Oh wait, it was at the beginning of a chapter that I was very disappointed as well. Here, I'll give you an example. All right. So this is another chapter further in the book, because I keep thinking maybe he just needs a little bit more confidence in talking about his life instead of just giving a play-by-play of the games, because I don't need that. I want to know about him, not about the games. If I want to know about the games, I will pick up an informational book, not an autobiography. All right. So, chapter 5. It starts out with footballers returning from World Cups nowadays return home to lives of privilege and luxury that were unthinkable back to us back then. It's funny to think that going back to Santos after Chile in 1962, because it's a long time ago. So there's so much there that he could dive into, right? Because it's true. The lifestyle is so different from what it was back then. I was still living at Donna Georgina's place with Zoka and a bunch of teammates on a day-to-day level. Life was pretty much as it had always been. So he's saying, even though he was world famous and the king of football or soccer, his life hadn't really changed from when he was a kid, which he described at the beginning of the book. So I thought, here we go. We're going back to what it's like to be him. Nope. The next sentence. On the pitch, however. And he goes into another game. I'm so disappointed. I'm just so disappointed. Because I want to know about him. not about the games that he played. Which is why I'm not enjoying this, because like what was the sentence? There was a sentence that was like in the 47th minute and in the 76th minute and the 86th minute, this and this happened, and I was like, and then he's dropping a lot of names that I don't know, and when I say I don't care, I mean I am not gonna look up all the names of all the football teams that he is mentioning in this book. I am so sorry, but that is just not what I'm here for. But he put a lot of love in this. He put a lot of care in this, and he clearly is very proud of his career. But when I see autobiography, I think that he's talking about his life. So if he gives me a play-by-play of his games, fine. But if he then passes out in a game, please talk about this. Tell me what happened. Tell me what went through your mind. But he doesn't do that at all. So I'm very bored. I'm sorry. I'm very bored. But I'll get through it. So I'm gonna spend the next hour reading this as well. And like I said, maybe it gets better. I still have a few pages to go. Almost there. I'm almost there. But like, he's meeting interesting people and he just doesn't get into it. He meets the King of Sweden, for example, and he just says that he meets him and that's it. And I get it. I get it. He's proud of his career. But I feel like this should not have been an autobiography. It should just have been this, Pele. Then I would have been prepared a lot more and not have this bored. I think it's a very valid criticism for me. I would only find interest in reading about his life and his thoughts, the games not so much. Yeah. And I guess if you're a football fan, if you know him, if you know his career, then maybe you can, like Gnarly mentioned, envision the games that he's talking about. But I can't. I don't know what he's talking about. Right? I just don't know. And every time something happens that I feel like, yes, okay, your knee got injured. Talk about it. But he doesn't. And but also, it is in contrast with Trevor Noah's Born a Crime. And Trevor Noah's Born a Crime goes into a lot of memories, which I was expecting from this as well, and into apartheid, which is something that he didn't necessarily experience in Brazil, but which he was confronted with when he went to Africa, but he also doesn't extrapolate on it. So play by play, Pele by Pele. Yeah, Milbrand. Hello, welcome. So yeah, I'm gonna finish it because it's a book club read, and I want to finish it. And I don't feel like, even though I have emotions now, I can't have an actual opinion yet until I finish the book. I feel like if I can't finish a book, I can't have an opinion. Now, also, just because I don't personally like this, won't mean that I give this any less than 5 stars, because someone is taking a poop. I'm sorry. Because I feel like I am not able to actually critique a book, and my emotions about a book or subject, I feel like, don't give me the right to say that a book is worth less than 5 stars. The only reason I will subtract stars from a book is when there is a moral/ethical reason to. Otherwise, I will give every book 5 stars. This book will still get 5 stars, no matter how much I am not enjoying it personally. So don't worry. I'm not gonna give it 1 star just because it wasn't what I was expecting. But yeah, I'm sorry, Asta. It's maybe a story of how awesome they are. I mean, not even. I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it. when you get to chapter 11, you'll see that Billy's career was nearly destroyed. That time he ordered a pie from Winston's Pies. When it arrived, the pie had its own whiskers. Billy didn't speak for weeks after that. He just sat curled up beside a chimney pot, whimpering. I would too. Honestly, I would too. I personally like getting to know someone. How many times I've been banned on Twitch for asking questions about you? Really? I mean, it depends. It depends. You can always ask a question. Do it nicely. Don't be a creep. But from what I've gathered so far from you, I don't think that was the case. Well, maybe they pooped their pants, and they were having a bad day. I don't know. Questions are always welcome. I think that questions is where a wisdom starts. If you don't know how to ask a question, then you don't know how to learn, right? But being banned for questions, I don't know. It depends. It depends. I don't know. All right, we're going to do a power hour. The point of power hours is generally that I invite you to try and get into flow. That doesn't mean you have to do it the full hour. Just see where it gets you, and just get back to it. If you fall out of focus, take a breather, stretch a little bit, take a sip of water, and start again. That's what we're going with today. People having a bad day must have pooped their pants. Evie, I think that's a genius explanation. That's just what I'm gonna say to anyone who is bothering me for no reason at all. Did you poop your pants? Oh, and lastly, what was in my basket? Before I mute myself so you can focus and not be distracted by my yapping. Turn on your own music if you want. If you want silence, even better, because being with your own company is important as well. But the books that were in my basket that I'm contemplating buying is Betty by Tiffany McDaniel, and I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. But I think we're gonna wait until next month because I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't. Right? I don't know. I don't know. Wait, what was that? What were you trying to do, Wisdom? Okay. So I don't hate this book. I don't hate soccer at all. It's not what I was expecting. That's it. But I'll finish it and I'll let you know how it goes. I'll see you in an hour. Good luck. Last minute. All right, that was a chaotic power hour. Power to the cats, probably. Jeez, what is happening? Hi, 40. I'm so glad to see you. Well then, when are you going to the UK? I didn't realize that Red Baron was like I'm a. Yeah, that's not. I didn't reach him quite. Stop it! Stop it, please! I don't like shopping for new clothes, so can you please not ruin them? Oh, gosh, it's a loose sitting on my head. What's happening? Okay, well then, I didn't realize. Are we talking about a fighter pilot? Is that where Red Baron comes from? Me too, Evie. I hate it. I really hate it, and I only buy secondhand if at all possible. So, but I would really rather not go shopping at all at the moment. I just don't like it. And I could make the clothing myself, but then again, I don't make time for myself, so there's a bit of a problem. How are we doing? Hello, IP9. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. I hope you're okay. 2 weeks from now, walking and fully functional. That would be amazing if that's true. 40. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Take your time. You've been through a lot. And I get why you would want to get back on the horse, but also take your time. You deserve a little bit of a break, I think. I was stupid in those times. I mean, when we're young, we're all stupid, even if we don't think we are. I think we're all a little bit silly in our 20s. Honestly, Tolkien had it right. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Tolkien says that you don't really reach adulthood until you're like 30. And he says so about hobbits, but I feel like hobbits are just humans, right? So his theory about people not reaching adulthood until they're in their 30s, starting to become an adult until they're 30, I truly believe that. I feel that in my bones. Oh, wait, this says Oh, no, in English. Wait, I am not reading anything. I'm just reading like the title. Red Baron was a Russian World War II. Probably he used to fly in red and was a threat to anyone in the air. He would appear out of nowhere to attack. Highest scoring fighter pilot. I'm not a fan of how they put that. Hi Rita, how are you doing? How are you doing? Hello, chemist. I mean, my 4 isn't. I feel like an adult. I mean, I, it depends. It depends. If it's on socially agreed upon milestones. Oh my God, I'm not even a teenager. Not even a teenager. I like Bumblebee better. I recently saw a compilation of pictures of bumblebees having fallen asleep in flowers with their butts out and covered in pollen. And I want to be a bumblebee in my next life. I think. I think I would like that. Oh, you're reading Why We Sleep? Every study is shocking. The impact on every single facet of who we are if we don't get enough sleep is just mind-boggling. Yeah, I read it way back when it came out. Uh, and it was a bit depressing for me because I do have insomnia and I've tried everything. Like, he says not to take naps, for example, if you have insomnia. But the thing is, I've tried this so many times. I will stay up and not take naps. And I'll keep at it for weeks. And I do believe in getting up and going to sleep at the same time as well. Um, but that doesn't mean I will actually sleep. I just have insomnia. It's trauma related for me. I have trouble. I get my anxiety gets highest around 3 and 4 p.m. and then it goes up when I have to go to bed again. Because as a teenager, I was confronted with domestic violence. Not me, but like in the home. So I had to be awake to make sure that no one died in the middle of the night. And I don't know how to get rid of that. But yeah, that book is great. Read it, learn from it, and try to use the tips and the studies and at least acknowledge that no, you don't work. You don't work on 4 hours of sleep. You just convince yourself. You just convince yourself that you do. But yeah, sleep is horrible for me. I sleep very lightly. Yeah. So what I am going to do is take a freaking nap. I'm so tired. The crying this morning really took a lot of energy. So yeah, we'll round it up today for today, and I think I'm gonna lie down for a little bit. I'm so tired. I want to give my dad a call, and if I could continue streaming, I don't think I'll have the energy. I haven't had the energy last week either. I've been postponing giving a call about the doctor thing that I now have an appointment for, because I have to tell him what's going on. For W were alive, and I took his phone so he would eat. He's not eating. He has to eat. Come on. Food is important as well, protein and stuff. Or ice cream. If you can't eat, I always say if you can't eat, but there's something that you feel like eating, eat that, because it's better to eat something than to eat nothing at all. Oh, Little Simsy just went live. You can go there if you want, Evie. mm. This book is why I sleep because the brain, how it develops, and how much we take risks until mid-20s purely based on the fact the brain isn't fully developed. I'm not making it sound very groundbreaking or interesting, but it's amazing. And also the thing that got to me was I was punished for wanting to sleep as a teen, as a lot of teenagers are, and school forces you to get up very early and then stay up very late to to do your homework and study. And if there's anything that is bad for you as a teenager, it's not sleeping enough. So yeah, I wish that more people knew about this. But if you don't feel like reading the book, Evie posted a very interesting interview with the author of this book on Discord. I think it was in Health and Safety, maybe? I'm not sure in what channel, but you can also just listen to that, because he kind of explains it all. And I'm not sure if he talks about it in the book, but he's not actually against coffee. He's actually pro coffee. He's just not a fan of caffeine, basically. And make what is called a bee hotel for native bees. You drill a series of holes in a piece of raw wood. The native bees use the holes as their nest. We have insect hotels all around here, Blue. It's really a thing over here, at least, and it's adorable. We have a lot of bumblebees at the moment, and Winston loves to chase them, but we're working on that, because he's not allowed to catch bumblebees. Not the bumblebees. Mosquitoes, yes. Bumblebees, no. Red Baron was bloody goated. Sees my dad got him with 40. I mean, I just don't like war. I don't like anyone dying. I want everyone to be nice to each other and just, I don't know. These names are insane. He had a very German sounding name at first glance. Manfred von Richthofen. Richthofen. I don't know how to pronounce it. He does speak really well. He did look a little bit tired in that interview, so I wonder. Yeah, he did. I love Bumblebee. Bumblebee is my favorite. I just love bumblebees in general. People think that too, but sleep deprivation is real, whether you want to believe it or not. Yeah, yeah. I'm so sorry to hear that others have the same experience as kids. I think it's a lot more prevalent than people know or talk about. Yeah, not just because shame, but also as a kid, you just don't know what's normal yet. So maybe you weren't even aware. Oh my God, Rita, is this before you met 40? Honestly, that's I don't understand. I don't understand. Who is napping with me in about, I think I'll be able to lie down in about an hour. Like over small things. Sounds like, I'm not saying he is, sounds like a narcissist. Every time I'm here, I learn to open up. You're allowed to say everything here. We're here for you, and we want to listen. Maybe we can't really do anything, but honestly, when we talk about this kind of stuff, and silly things as well, we show other people that it's okay to talk about them. And that's where it starts. Healing starts with being able to look at the things that happened. And then slowly but surely we can talk about them, and then we can start fixing them. Dylan is wagging his tail in his dreams. Aww, is he dreaming about chasing bumblebees? I was punished for not reminding my ex that it was my birthday. Oh my gosh, that sounds narcissistic. Oh, that's it. That's insane. I'm so glad that 40 and you found each other. That's no. Mm-mm. Seek help. Go to therapy. Please. Oh, I was talking about this last week as well with someone at the store. The unfortunate thing about like self-help books and informational books about stuff like abusive relationships or actual diagnosable narcissism is that the people who read those books are not the people who do these things, right? The people who are victims of situations like this, or who grow up with in abusive households. It's not the perpetrators who read those books, and I don't. That's it gives me a very conflicted feeling, because those are the people who should be reading those books. But how do we get them to read them? Even if we educate ourselves, it's so hard to fall into the same trap, because I have found that I still do. Apparently I still do. Or they just smell it on me, I guess. I don't know. I think maybe it's time to start wearing different perfume. Thank you, Rita. I plan to read that PTSD book you shared with a while back. I just need to get around to it. I have it in my basket. Take your time with that one. That one, the CPTSD from Surviving to Thriving by Pete Walker, comes with a very heavy disclaimer, and you should only read that when, first off, you don't have to go anywhere, because it's probably going to hit home in a lot of unexpected ways. I broke down in the intro. It was ridiculous. I also listened to it for the first time, which was super confronting to have someone actually tell me the information. Like, you have permission to feel sad about your childhood. And I broke down. Had to pause. But I also have a physical copy now, and I still haven't found the strength to read the physical book. It's been 2 years. So if you want to read that, take your time. And know that it's probably going to hurt a little bit. Yeah, I get that, Rita. And I'm sure you do that for him as well. I'm excited for your next chapter, even though it hurts a little bit, and it's coming from a point of endings. Endings are new beginnings. You're going to have so many good adventures and nice adventures, and I can't wait to hear the stories. My abusive mother actively refused to help Matt sent therapy her whole life. It's left me picking up pieces. Wait, what did you say, Asa? Well, you can teach them as that, just like you can teach a dog. You can teach them. It just depends on whether you're motivated to do so. Because in that, if that was true, if the cat doesn't know the difference, then Winston would also not know the difference between playing with me and his toy and use his nails all the time, don't you think? Which he doesn't. He's very careful with me. Not with his toys though. He'll shred his freaking toys, but he doesn't use his nails with me. So what you're saying is kind of like saying that, oh, a small dog, you don't have to teach them any manners because they're a small dog. What's he gonna do? No, 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 no. Just because it's a small dog doesn't mean that you shouldn't rein in the hunting feeling that they have. You should definitely, because otherwise it might attack a kid. And what are you gonna do when it has to be put down because it bit a kid? Your argument isn't going to be valid. So you was told not to talk about it because no one would believe me. And that alone, Asa, is even more reason to speak up. Make them listen. Make them believe you. And I believe you. We believe you. Okay? Before I started being with Worry. I'm so happy that you made it out because being in an abusive relationship is one thing, and it's so damaging, but getting away from one is the most dangerous part. And a lot of people don't realize that the moment of getting away and actually having the person who is abusive in whatever way letting you go, that period is the most dangerous one. You may have escaped, but that doesn't mean they're letting you go. You know what I mean? And I'm so happy that you're here today and you made it. Is one missing piece of my puzzle of my life? Yeah. UK! It's gonna be great. The job is a bit on the calmer side. Well, maybe look for an exciting hobby on the side. Like, I don't know. I wish I could go into like some kind of fighting sport, but there's nothing here. He never means it. He may sometimes lose his cool and say a word or two, but he never physically touches me. And I think the difference is also the intention, don't you think, Rita? Hi, Lantry. How are you doing? Is Mother's Day this weekend? Oh, is it? I have no clue, and I find it very hard from the point of my mother and not being a mother. So it'll be nice to have company this Sunday. I had no clue. I haven't thought of that in years. Yes, we'll be here. And remind me if I forget again, because I think this is going to be an interesting topic to talk about, Mother's Day. And the pressure that is put on children to love their parents, mother or father, when they have been very clearly very abusive. And they may not deserve that title. But that's for next Sunday, okay? They don't see the difference between a bumblebee and a mosquito. Yes, I do know the difference between human animals. Yes, you need to train every dog. Let's agree to disagree, Asa. I think animals are a lot smarter than that we sometimes give them credit for. Maybe it's different. Wait, I think Mother's Day is different in different places. Field hockey career revival time. Ooh, really? Oh wait, I didn't even think of that. Are you going to? That's so exciting. UK different. I said you guys different. The rest of the world is mostly second Sunday of May. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know what's happening with the horses, but it depends. It depends on where you are. I mean, in Thailand and Malawi, it's like in August and October. I'm a mother of cats. Yeah, me too. I mean, unless I'm a servant, it depends. Okay, listen, I gotta go. I'm so tired, and I have a few phone calls to make yet today. So I'm gonna end it here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for hanging on. Life sucks sometimes, but you know what? It can be very great as well. We just have to wait and see. Okay? I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna make phone calls, and in about an hour, if you're going to lie down for a nap, I'll join you around, well, it will be 2 p.m. over here. Okay? Look at the schedule to see what it means for you when I say I'll be back tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Drink water. And be kind, not just to others, but also to yourself. I love you. Don't forget. And I hope to see you soon. Okay? Bye-bye.